Thank you, Jake. And yeah, welcome, Elisa.
Thank you very much, Terry. It's so great to be here.
Yeah, are you ready to commentate and watch some dodge? I guess you've watched a little bit of the last round, right?
Yeah,
You just got here.
That was a very exciting round between Canada and Malaysia, as we just heard and saw. So I think we're about to see another great round between Canada and Malaysia again.
I hope so. I have a lot of confidence that this is going to be a pretty exciting match. The Malaysian women also world champions right now, the defending gold medalists from last year.
And they look pretty hungry. They look like they want it again. I could see them cheering from the sidelines, see them warming up on one of the other courts. They're ready to play, and I think this is going to be a good match between Canada and them.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Canadian team has a lot of similarity from last year. A couple of new members, but the core is a veteran core that's just going to try and execute a little better than they did last year in the Toronto area. The Malaysian team also with a lot of returning players. So I don't know, I just feel like we're going to see a lot of intense high-level dodgeball here. These are probably two of the favorites, too, for the gold medal this year. So
I think so. I think you're right. All right, they're getting lined up.
And as we see, the Malaysian men's team was all even numbers, the Malaysian women's team all odd numbers. Just
is that a luck thing, maybe?
I don't know.
We'll see if it's lucky for them.
Yeah.
It was just lucky for the Malaysian men, so we'll see if it works for the women.
I don't think this is what the Malaysian team did last year, so maybe it's just something new they want to bring to the world stage. And we're off.
And right off the bat, a throw from Team Canada.
Yeah, but some good blocking. I think we'll see a lot of good blocking. Both of these teams have a lot of experience blocking. And so Canada has twin sisters, the O'Quinns, playing the corners right now. Jessica O'Quinn last year was on Team Canada, and Jackie O'Quinn, her sister.
Oh, and a catch from Team Canada.
Yeah. Lisa Mora with the grab there. Yeah, we see a couple
putting the favor on the side of Team Canada right now. They got numbers and balls, it looks like.
Yep. And we see on the left side, that is Veronica Berry, new addition to the Canadian team. And we see a great hit from Croft. Canada with the early player advantage now.
They came out swinging for sure.
We see Croft with the counter, but missing. Malaysia still 3 players up. They're going to have to look to earn some numbers against the Canadian team, who still have 5. And we see those windmill throws, a great accurate hit there from O'Quinn. And her sister looking for a catch, but not able to find it. And Canada now to the line, and it looks like a block. We see Sophia posturing from the opposite corner.
3-on-2, favor of Canada. Good block by Team Canada.
Yeah, that's Barry.
Or 4-on-2, excuse me.
Yeah, one of them was lurking at the back, but we see 2 throws. Missing, though. Barry's throw going way high. That is Yun Fang directing traffic, missing high. The Croft with the empty hand fake.
From what I've heard about Team Malaysia, I've never seen them play. I've heard they're very difficult to hit. They jump high, they duck low. So even though there's 2 left, it still puts up a big challenge for Team Canada.
They're excellent blockers as well. They're also good at just putting themselves in positions where the other team thinks they can make a hit, but it doesn't actually happen. So, and there we see a great trade. Not even a trade, sorry. Mora getting knocked out and Yun Fang staying alive. And now it's just 3-on-2. Yun Fang missing Barry low. And we see a good block from O'Quinn. And spiking the ball. Barry elects not to take the shot as Yun Fang was ready for it. See a throw low. Still nothing doing, and now very aggressive. O'Quinn gets knocked out. Yunfang's still up.
2-on-1. Staying alive. Team Malaysia is staying alive.
And she's not able to connect, but she has done a great job of bringing this back to a winnable position. Missing there, but that was Croft looking for the shot. Calling for a ball. Croft missed.
On team throw here. Oh.
Ooh, very.
A little
I think
high.
that got away from her a little bit. Right, cautious ball retrieval there by Croft. And some good dodging by Yunfang, but it ends.
Takes it. Team Canada takes the first game. Well, we thought it'd be an exciting game between Canada and Malaysia, and so far it's proving to be true.
Yeah, I'd call that a pretty good start.
I think so. They're both pretty hungry. I'd say both these teams really want this W.
Yeah, obviously both teams want to start strong on day one against top-tier opposition.
Oh, and they're already lined up for game 2.
Yeah, why wait around?
Yeah.
Here we go. There's
and the pitch back.
Yeah, but the actual throw from Canada came from O'Quinn on the side, who got her ball behind the clear line. Oh, no, sorry, that might be Rowe instead. Ooh. And we see. So Canada actually has a few players who throw windmill. Ooh, there's a catch by Ashley on Barry. And this time it's Malaysia starting with the player edge. Croft aggressively at the line.
Yeah, aggressive offense.
Yeah, Mora as well.
See what strategy Team Canada has here as they have possession of the balls.
There we see that O'Quinn mill. And again, aggression from Canada as they go to set up. You see all of them threatening those windmill throws.
Underhand throw by Team Canada.
All three of those women who were up, both O'Quinns and Croft, softball players with deadly underhand throws.
It's pretty clear to see that. Pitchers, I'm guessing.
I think that's fair. Rowe gets hit out in the middle there, unfortunately, for the Canadian side, but Canada's still currently in control with the ball advantage. Yeah, and it looks like they got Ashley there. So now Canada up 4 players to 3. And that throw missing. A second throw there for Mora, and she makes the catch as well. And now
1 player left on Team Malaysia. Canada has possession and player advantage.
It's Yunfang again, who's shown that she knows how to play these situations.
Just playing it safe in the back.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
She's staying low with those 2 balls, maybe looking for a catch, but no luck there.
And now it's 1-1. Canada came back. Or they took the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, 2-0.
Or 2-1, excuse me.
Yeah, Malaysia not yet on the board in this one. So 2-0 Canada. But again, these points have been pretty close. So it's hard. Canada obviously with the momentum, but it's hard to say that they've, they're running away with this or anything like that. So I think we may just see. We'll see if Malaysia adjusts anything to try and claw back some points early, but they've been playing well. And missing on the opening rush. Barry stays alive from the middle.
It does feel like Canada is kind of running the game at this point. They're playing very offensive play. They're pushing the line, and it's kind of forcing Malaysia back. It's forcing them into more of a defensive mode and going for catches. But Canada's hitting. They're hitting their shots.
But I agree with you. It feels like Canada's backing Malaysia off and controlling the line, like the center area of play, a lot better than Malaysia right now. And we see a shot from Mora that just dips down onto the toes.
Malaysia's going to have to adjust their play a bit in order to put Canada on their heels.
Yeah, oh. O'Quinn with a blindside throw, but doesn't find the mark, and then the counters onto Barry missing. But it does look like Stella got knocked out in that exchange. Byam faking, Mora with the throw there that doesn't really go anywhere. But you see Byam protecting as the team retreats, and now Malaysia's going to set up. Ooh. Everything went into that throw and knocked Croft out of the game.
That's so unfortunate. So for those at home that don't know, it's hard line. So if you accidentally step out or if you kind of fall out, you are actually out of the game, even if you didn't get hit with the ball. So that's it's a disappointing way to go out of a game, but it is something that players have to be cognizant of.
Yeah. Byam hit out,
Nice
and Mora, though,
catch.
with another catch. Mora showing some great poise in finding those balls and making those hits.
Was that a catch? It looks like Malaysia's asking if that was a catch behind the leg there.
Refs.
And
Yeah.
they're calling it as an out, it looks like.
Yeah, it does look that way. And now it's going to be a tough spot to be in. That ball bounces, though, before it connects back and forth. Mora gets hit out.
And Canada wins with, it looks like, a catch.
Yeah, and so, yeah, now I think a timeout called by Malaysia, which makes sense. I mean, the momentum is clearly in Canada's favor right now. You want to do what you can to slow that down and figure out what you might need to adjust to get yourself on the board.
Yeah, they're going to have to readjust their strategy. They are getting back down right now. Canada's coming at them with the pump fakes, pushing the line, really making them back off. If Malaysia wants to come back swinging here, come back fighting, they're going to have to maybe play a little bit of a quicker game to throw Canada off their game a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's you had observed earlier that Malaysia had been sitting back more, playing more defensively, more conservatively, but right now that doesn't seem to be working super well. It might be worth trying to play a little more up-tempo.
Yeah, they're notoriously a great catching team, but right now maybe pushing the line a little bit, playing a little faster, maybe would throw Canada just a little bit off their game so that they're not controlling the momentum so strongly as it seems like they are right now.
Yeah, I think that's often, if you're losing anyway, at least early on, it can be worth trying to push the pace a little bit, see if you can rattle the more confident team off their game.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, we'll see how Malaysia adjusts. Timeout's always a good way to try and the coaching staff get their team to settle down and maybe make some fine-tuning that'll help them put some points up.
Timeouts can also help slow down Canada's momentum. That's also a good strategy that Malaysia might be taking there too.
Yeah, exactly. Now we see Captain Jen Ritchie in the game for Canada, her first point of this match. And again, Canada will start us off. The throw from Byam that misses. And O'Quinn and Croft will hang on to the balls as the corners here while Malaysia comes up. And look at the aggression from those corners. Oh, and a double.
And a good snipe. It looks like Malaysia is trying to push the line. They are pushing up a little bit, but Canada took those snipes.
Look how far up Mora is with that solo ball, too. And baits in two throws. That, again, just shows how well Canada is controlling the middle of the match here.
Playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, the Malaysian women haven't been bad. It's just I do feel like they've yielded the center a little too much. Now Mora's going to try and do it again. Blocking. And jumping. But Malaysia's still in control. But again, we see how aggressive those corners are for Canada. Malaysia making the throw from the back line. I think I would like to see them actually come up and take that line away from Canada.
Yeah, definitely. As you mentioned earlier, Malaysia is the defending gold medal champion, so that also might be a reason why Canada is coming out particularly strong in this first match against them. They're very fired up. They want that gold too. So this would be definitely be a confidence boost for them if Canada takes this game from Malaysia.
I agree. And what's worth noting, the Malaysian men went undefeated all through the whole tournament last year. The Malaysian women did not. They took a little while longer to find their game. I think they entered the playoffs as the 4th seed before really executing really well in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, big hits though. Sophia gets knocked off on the opposite side, and now that is just Stella left alive. She has a tall task in front of her.
It's okay, she'll get her groove back.
I understood that reference. Ugh. Unfortunately, Croft gave her that ball back right to the chest. Yeah, 4-0 now for Canada. And just over 3 minutes remaining in this first half.
So, Terry, you know Team Canada quite well, also being a fellow Canadian. You said that a majority of the team is coming back from last year. How many approximately are returning and veteran Worlds players?
Yeah, well, Captain Jen Ritchie has been on the team forever. And
approximately forever.
Yeah, exactly forever, actually. Shauna Rowe, Amelie Bayem, Jessica O'Quinn, all returning. Lisa Mora also made her Worlds debut last year. But Jackie O'Quinn is new. Veronica Berry is new. Some of the players that Canada hasn't used yet, Brogan Moore has been on the national team in the past as well. You can see her sitting on one of the chairs near the coach.
I actually know Sade Berkeley.
Yeah.
What's great about these dodgeball tournaments is that you're able to meet people from all over the world, not just your own country. You're able to interchange, and I met Sade at a tournament a couple years ago. She's a phenomenal player as well.
Yeah, playing out of Edmonton. I think the first Edmonton player to make Team Canada.
That's great.
And Bayem with a great catch.
Phenomenal catch.
Oh, she was ready for that one. Oh, great throw across body. And that was Hui Xian just, I think, catching her target off. Oh, Bayem looking for a catch while she was stuck in the middle in no man's land, but didn't work out. And now O'Quinn controlling the line. That's Sophia calmly retrieving one of the balls. Oh, there's a good counter onto O'Quinn. Oh, but the other.
Another catch. And another catch. Team Canada is on fire.
They are playing with so much confidence right now.
And that's game.
What an effort there from the Canadian women.
I know. For anyone that might not know at home, a catch in the game of dodgeball means not only did the person that threw the ball is out, you get another one of your players that had previously gotten out back in. So a double catch like that means that not only you got those 2 throwers out, you got 2 more of your players in, which significantly changes the odds in any game.
Yeah, it's a big swing. It's risky sometimes to go for a catch against some of these formidable throwers, but when you make it, well, you see how much that amped up the team in addition to being important for winning the point. And now Malaysia surviving that initial throw from Canada. So the throw clock is on them, but Canada trying to make sure they don't take the line. And so far Malaysia still sticking to that more conservative style. And we see a windmill throw from O'Quinn missing. Bayem wants that ball without suffering for it. She does not. Lynn electing not to take the throw. Sorry, that's Alia. And now Malaysia with 4 balls. It's going to set up. You see those Canadian corners trying to make sure they can't do it comfortably. There's a shot onto Lynn, knocking her out. Bayem missing. Moore as well missing, and now Malaysia trying to keep it slow and controlled.
Canada has 0 balls, it looks like.
Yeah. And O'Quinn hit out there. That might have been catchable, but no one in position to make it. pair of throws. A third throw missing. Amelie Bayam with the catch.
And it looks like another catch. Team Canada.
Yeah, they're grips.
They're going at these confidently, and I see why.
Yeah, good cross-body throw from Alia there. And now Malaysia is trying to keep it settled again. They've got 5 balls. Canadian veteran Shauna Rowe trying to protect the line. Oh, and I think that's a catch. And an out. That one just kind of nestled in the pocket there, past the ball she was trying to use to block. And Alia survives. She has Hui Shan in the other corner with her. Still 5 Canadians to deal with, though. That one's blocked by Mora. And now Canada coming up on offense. I think that was right to the head of Hui Shan. Seems to be walking it off okay, but it still doesn't feel nice. Now it'll be up to Alia to try and see what she can do against 5 from Canada. Oh, I think that was a hit,
I think that counts.
Yeah, very strong effort from Team Canada right now.
So one play that we just saw was a catch and out. So what that means is that somebody got a catch, but another ball also hit that player simultaneously. That means the catch still counts, so it's still a great thing. You got one of your players back in, you got one of their players out, but you are also out. So any throws that happen at the same time, it's whatever ball lands first.
Yeah, those balls are live until they hit the ground or something that's out of play. So as long as the ball that hits you hasn't actually gone dead yet, you can still potentially make a play, including those catches. So you see Canada again way more aggressive off the rush. Malaysia just choosing to be a little more defensive with it. The count is on Canada since they won the last point. Oh, and there's that throw from Bayam hitting out Ashley. Mora fiercely faking.
Keeping that line. Canada is pushing that line. They're not letting Malaysia get anywhere near even the blue hash.
Yeah, we see Bayam's throw there, not finding the mark. Alia from Malaysia trying to keep the team protected. And now that we see a good block from O'Quinn, who gets right back up, gets aggressive. Bayam going low, throwing from her knees.
Dangerous move, but it's panning out.
Yeah, she gets away with it there. Rowe is alone at the line. Protecting herself well, earns that second ball for her team, but I think Malaysia now is going to get a chance to set up. And they send 2 balls. They don't find the targets. And now a ball on I think that's a double hit.
I think that was. It was a double hit.
Now that ball hitting April 1st and then popping up into, I believe that was Lynn. It's a tough break when it happens, but that is the game sometimes. Oh, Rowe looking for a catch.
Like you mentioned, the ball's not dead till it hits the ground. So if it hits all 5 players, that means everyone's out.
Yeah. I've never seen that, but that would be pretty interesting.
I've seen 3.
Yeah, I've seen 3.
Can happen.
I've never seen 4. And now to the line, that throw missing. There's a counter. But on that little exchange, nobody eliminated. You see again, those Canadian corners coming right up to the line, just saying like, don't come near me. But there we see a 1-for-1 trade. I think Canada will take that as Mora gets it out, but takes someone down with her. Let's see what the refs are talking about. Well, we'll pick back up here. Count is on Canada as they have the player advantage. See a couple of good low throws coming in, but defended well. And, that's a good aggressive shot, but Alia stays alive with the block. 2 balls strong. those throws missing.
Strong throws from Team Canada, I have to say.
Yeah.
What are you guys eating up there?
I feel like you get a bunch of softball players on the team.
Yep.
It shows up in their throw velocity and accuracy. It's a big throw from, I believe that was Croft, just finding her target, Megan there. Now it's just Alia. That's defensed well by Rowe. Throw toward Richie, missing. Ooh, good aggressive shot there. That is, O'Quinn in the corner. Now Alia shaking off her hand. See if she can survive. We see she avoids that one. Good clean block there by Croft, who is new to Team Canada this year. And aggressive. Ooh, that second shot from O'Quinn after Croft set up the low block attempt from Alia. Quinn actually knocks her out.
So that's 7-0 for Team Canada. How much time is left on the clock?
I cannot quite see it. Oh, about 32 seconds it looks like.
It's about wrapped up here.
So this will most likely be the point that takes us to sudden death. And so one thing to note, when the teams run for that initial ball, they are allowed to go over the center line. But after that, as you mentioned earlier, you touch any of those white lines, you are out.
It's like lava. Just don't
It is
touch
like lava. So now 20-ish seconds before we go to sudden death. That's a good block. Malaysia's going to want to try and carve out a numbers advantage before we get there. And there, they get out Richie. And a counter toward Barry missing. That last throw will not count if Croft connected, but I don't think she did. And so we're going to go to sudden death. No
Looks
blocking
like
allowed.
it. No blocking allowed is a tough rule for a lot of players.
Yeah.
It's like in our instincts and our blood to like want to block a ball when it's coming at you if you have one in your hand. So it kind of changes the mental game completely.
Yeah, my trick for trying to deal with it is constantly saying to myself, no blocking, no blocking, no blocking. But when they get Mora there. So Malaysia only has to deal with 3 Canadian players now in trying to get themselves on the board before the half ends. Go into the second half with a little bit of momentum. So now they're going to set up on offense again. I expect the Canadian corners to be a little aggressive. Oh, but Croft, I think that one bounced before it hit her. But it looks like she did manage to get Megan out there.
Malaysia showing up on this one.
Yeah,
I think the no blocking really is a good advantage for them.
They're in a good position. It looks like Ashley was hit
out.
out.
Canada.
Croft hit out as well. Barry going ham here. Barry, who got her start playing cloth dodgeball, goes aggressive and gets hit out.
So Malaysia takes one right there at the end.
They needed that point.
They need that point. So that makes it 7-1 in favor of Team Canada. Great play by both teams.
Yeah, I think a big difference to me so far has been, as we mentioned, the Canadian aggression of the center line, but also just Canada's arms seem to be outclassing the Malaysian women right now. The accuracy for Team Malaysia hasn't been there yet.
And I think that really did something for Team Canada's confidence that put them on that catching spree too. I mean, we saw 7 catches there along the way.
Yeah, and I think only 1 for Malaysia so far. So catching is often, a lot of it is about confidence, like you said.
Yeah, catches win games. They definitely can swing momentum and get your whole team pumped up and excited and maybe make your next throw that much harder.
Yeah, and I feel like Canada starting so strong in this match has let them just kind of keep on rolling downhill for this one. And
yeah. But they're not done yet. Canada's playing Australia later today. Those 2 teams play very similarly, so I could see that being a very interesting game as they both got some guns on both sides.
Yeah, a lot of friendly rivalry there too.
Yeah.
Rowena Mason from the Australian team had originally played for Canada in 2012.
Oh, how interesting.
So I don't know if you're allowed to do that after a certain point or what, but
change citizenship.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, during the huddle, I have a feeling the message to the Canadian players from Coach Victor is going to be keep doing this stuff. Meanwhile, Coach Albert for the Malaysian team, curious to see what he'll say. I mean, the team might want to stick to its style of being conservative. Maybe they do want to introduce aggressive elements. What do you think?
Well, like you mentioned last year, Malaysia did win the gold, and they started off, a little bit more conservatively. It took them a little while for them to find their momentum and basically find the secret sauce and what it took to beat these teams with these bigger arms and the different style of play, and they ended up ultimately paying off for them during the knockout round on Saturday. So we'll see if that returns for them. Like, I wouldn't count them out. I definitely would not count Malaysia out. They're a smart team, smart coaching, a lot of experience, and with experience comes a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, and as you said, last year we saw them able to adjust really well. Over the course of the tournament, they adapted to what was thrown at them. And yeah, even if they don't rebound well in this match, which who knows, they still have a whole half to work with, I feel like it won't be indicative of how they're playing by the end of the tournament.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
We will see. The coach is having some last minute words with the team, it looks like. The ref's blowing the whistles to say, hey, let's go.
Maybe there's a lucky side. Maybe they're on the lucky side now.
Yeah. I feel that way sometimes playing myself. It's just there's certain sides that you seem to have better luck on than others.
Yeah, something with the lighting or feng shui in the room.
Yeah. Here we go. Second half underway. Canada up 7-1.
Looks like a couple different players in for Team Canada.
Yeah, it looks like Shade Berkeley is in, as well as Brogan Moore. And we see a quick hit there.
So you mentioned Shade is the only one from Edmonton. Where are the rest of the ladies from in Canada?
So McNeil there, who's also new, is from Halifax, Nova Scotia on the East Coast, along with Brogan Moore. And most of the rest of them are from the Toronto area.
Is that the big hub for Canadian dodgeball? Toronto's the biggest hub?
I would say that's fair right now, yeah. The rest of the country is closing the gap on Toronto, but still the bulk of the national team from both sides is from the Toronto area. Veronica Berry, number 4 there, who's aggressively holding the line, plays out of Hamilton, which is, it's only about a 30 or 40-minute drive away from Toronto, but most of Hamilton plays with cloth dodgeballs instead of the foam balls that we see here. I've tried a season or two of it, and it's very different, very hard to grip.
It is, yes. I've played cloth as well. It's kind of like the feeling almost of like a dodgeball, but it's soft and hard to pick up. But some people really prefer it. It's their favorite kind of ball to play with.
A lot of different styles of dodgeball out there if people at home want to try.
In Los Angeles, we mostly play with rubber dodgeball, so even playing foam is a little bit foreign for a lot of players around here.
Yeah, those different ball types can feel really different to grip, to throw, to get hit by. And tactically, the game changes a little bit, too. McNeil missing there. Malaysia holding 4 balls, 1 for each player. Berkeley aggressive. And she gets hit out, and I believe that was actually 2 hits against the Canadians. So Malaysia now with a player edge. And Barry blocking. Now we'll see Malaysia coming to the line. Throw toward Barry misses. And McNeil gets the second ball from the handler. And it looks like, yeah, that's 2 throws on the mark.
Looks like it's 3 on 3 now.
Yeah, even numbers. I believe that was Stella who was just knocked out. McNeil with a good block as she goes low. A nice jump there over the shot from Mora. So this is anybody's point. But the count is on the Malaysian side. Throw toward McNeil missing. The ball handler reaching in just saying, like, I can't quite get it to you. They're not allowed on the actual surface.
Shaggers play a huge difference in the game of dodgeball on the world stage. Their organization and the preciseness of shaggers can really be an advantage for a team.
Oh, and those throws toward Barry just missing. But you are correct. The way that they actually run for the ball, they show a lot of hustle. And they need to know where those balls are supposed to go back and play. Oh, McNeil blocking that shot that was at shoulder height. Yeah, so far nobody able to actually connect. And good dodging. McNeil close, but alive. Barry gets hit out though.
Team Canada with one player left on the court.
Yeah, I guess McNeil did actually get hit out, so now just Lisa Mora alive. Her throw blocked.
See if Malaysia can do a team throw here and get themselves another point.
Yeah, it is Alia and Kelly still alive. And with the player advantage, Kelly hit out. Mora going aggressive, sails that one.
I love 1v1s, very exciting.
I agree. Mora playing it super aggressive, no ball in hand anymore. Gets out of the way of that with the lateral move, comes really close to the back line. But there is a referee right there, so. And that one dodged. And we see Alia going low under that.
Oh!
Wow.
Almost had that catch there.
It just kind of rattled around.
It did.
Her ball, her hand, her face, unfortunately,
yeah.
but that was very close to a catch. That's an exciting end. Like you said, one-on-ones.
One-on-one. One-on-ones are very exciting. It's really anybody's game.
A lot of pressure, too. I mean, there's a lot of pressure in just like a rec league match when it's one-on-one.
Yeah.
I would imagine both players feeling it right there. And here we go. Early throw from McNeil missing. Malaysia decides not to counter on that one. Instead, they'll be able to set up with 4 balls, but we see Moore and O'Quinn. Again, very aggressive from those wing corner positions. And O'Quinn just like, this line is mine. You do not come here.
They are not letting anyone near the line.
But now we see Malaysia actually coming right up. That's great, driving back Moore, taking a throw that misses, but that's good to see, taking the line away.
And the underarm throw.
Yeah, they ran a clinic as a fun event in Toronto to kind of teach people how to do the underarm throw. It is challenging. I do not fully understand the mechanics of it, but it's pretty clear that they do. Oh, and there's a double hit. Barry knocked out on the ricochet off of Quinn. Kind of claps and laughs a little.
You're right there. There's a trend. A lot of female dodgeball players are previous softball players. There's similar mechanics, and if you can pitch a softball, you probably are a pretty good thrower with a dodgeball. For
sure. If you can come into dodgeball with a good sense of how to throw already, that is a great competitive advantage. I had to learn how to throw from starting dodgeball, and it was not fun to have people who actually knew what they were doing just ripping it at me while I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And now we see Malaysia back to a defensive posture, but with 6 players strong. Throws from Berkeley. That one missed, but the throw from Bayham there connected. And knocked April out. Ooh, Berkeley playing with fire, but staying alive. As Lynn was not able to find her, and neither was Stella. Berkeley running around to tell her teammates what the call is. And we see Lynn avoiding the shot there, and on the opposite corner as well. Both players surviving. And that's Bishan, one of the throwers. Stella as well.
Looks like Malaysia's playing a little bit more aggressively there.
I agree. I think they're coming up to the line and actually taking those higher percentage throws. Taking the line away from Canada. Berkeley with a good block there. Whoop. That ball got away from everybody. There, like you were saying, we see the ball retrievers kind of coordinating with how to get those balls back in play and into the player's hands. Oh, Moore aggressive, gets missed. Oh, and a grab.
And another catch for Team Canada.
Yeah, bringing back O'Quinn.
They've got their fans excited right now.
Throw toward O'Quinn missing as she goes low. And as we slow down a bit, McNeil calling a play. There we see it's McNeil who throws. A counter toward O'Quinn missing. Lynn gets another ball in the corner. Oh, and I think that's a shot onto Berkeley that connects. Now Malaysia with the player advantage again.
Playing aggressively. I think that's what they've got to do to try to push Canada back a bit.
Yeah, and I like to see that. Malaysia taking that line back. Oh, Lynn just barely staying alive with some good blocking.
Malaysia has ball possession now.
Yeah, they've got 5 of them. It's on Moore to protect her teammates and draw on what she can.
Taking the player out.
Yeah, some good multiple throws. 3 balls onto O'Quinn, who has shown that she can catch. So I like that choice from Malaysia.
I think several players from Team Canada have shown that they can catch today.
That is true. Moore has one. Mora has a couple. Byam with 1 or 2 as well. So I think they're going to...
Oh, and a ball on the other court.
Our nets aren't high enough to stop everything from going everywhere. So sometimes when those get blocked and popped up like that, Lynn, ooh, that was aggressive. But that's good. Like we were saying, I want to see a little bit more of that aggression from the Malaysian side. Maybe kind of keep Canada a little more off balance, a little less confident. And there is a hit onto, I believe that's Hui Shan. But Malaysia's still with the player advantage. Moore goes low. And now the 2 Nova Scotians will set up. Oh, a good low shot, but countered. Lynn knocks McNeil out. And now it's just Moore. Oh, just missing Lynn.
Oh.
But now it's one-on-one. Moore!
And
was that a catch?
That
they
was
say
an
it's
incredible catch. Somersaulting backwards, keeping the possession, did not touch the ground between her legs and then in her hands. Very impressive catching from Team Canada today.
That is some incredible concentration to hang on to that ball.
And that was a great play by Malaysia. She pushed the Team Canadian player back. She was backpedaling on her heels. She had no choice but basically to fall on the ground, and was very lucky and amazing catch there.
Exactly. That was exactly the right choice. I mean, you have a player vulnerable like that. You've got to put that throw on them in that moment.
Yep.
What are you going to do against a play like that sometimes? So Brogan Moore stepping in, converting that point for Canada. 9-1 advantage now. We see a good throw from Berkeley. That's blocked well by, I believe that's Lynn in the corner again. And Rowe draws the ball in and bounces before it hits her. And Canada will set up on offense. Byam missing, but catching. And throwing again. Byam, I think saying, yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have thrown that last one.
Yeah.
Barry
Team Canada isn't playing very conservatively, but then again, I see why they have some mojo going for them right now.
Yeah, it makes sense. A lot of confidence on this squad right now. And Rowe with a good shot that goes across one target and into another. But hit out there. She cleared one ball, but couldn't actually make the catch as she landed. Lynn puts her whole body into that throw, but it goes high. Byam telling her teammates to slow down. And there we see the shot from Berkeley missing. Malaysia again coming up, showing a little more of that aggression we talked about. A little more of that zone control. Hui Shan hanging back as their teammates go up. And so I'm not sure if that was a catch or if it just wedged in her ankles off the floor. If that's a catch, though, that's going to feel really gross for Malaysia. I don't think they're calling that one a catch after all.
Excellent ref staff here on court 1. They've got 6, 7 staff. Don't want to let any close calls go unnoticed here at the world stage.
Yeah, they've done a great job of keeping things controlled as the game officials. So Byam reading well that throw was coming in and blocking it. Supported by Ritchie and Berkeley. A couple of throws toward Lynn, who survives them. And the balls are reaching our table sometimes.
I know, we got
too.
a little bit of excitement over here at the commentating table. We even got a ball.
And Berkeley hit out there. Now Malaysia against Ritchie, who gets hit out.
And Malaysia gets another point. That's good. They need the points to carry over. They've still got another game tonight. Canada still has another game tonight. And then there's a full day of round robin still to go tomorrow.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to let up in these matches partially because for tiebreakers it may matter what your point differential ends up being. So it's definitely worth fighting for every point that you think you can get. But also just for building that rapport and strategy with your team. I feel like you don't want to just kind of give up on a match. So.
Yeah, you brought up a good point of point differentials. So when it comes to ranking here in a couple days, if there are two teams that have the exact same record, it'll come to point differentials. So whatever team actually won most points. So it could make a difference for Malaysia, depending on how they'll end up being ranked, to take as many points as they can right now.
Yeah, and similarly, Canada won't want to let up because they'll want to have those points if they end up in a tie.
It'll be unlikely to see any mercy here over the next couple days from any team.
And there we see there's a throw toward Barry. That one, she was going to have to go a little too far to catch that. So Malaysia now once again with the player advantage. The count is on Canada. And a bit of a weak throw toward Rowe there as she avoids it. Canada to the line, couple of throws. McNeil gets hit out there. But still no casualties for Malaysia, so they are in good shape. Try and get another point in a row here. Ooh. And I think that was O'Quinn hoping to catch people off guard, which I think she startled them. She just didn't actually hit them. Now the shot at Ritchie, blocked cleanly. And the play being called. And Byam and Ritchie letting go toward the opposite corner. Ooh, it's a good throw toward Byam. But yeah, she gets low, able to protect herself. Hui Shan not able to find that shot. And now Malaysia saying to settle again, come up to the line. There's another aggressive throw from the Canadians. But Byam gets hit out. And Ritchie hit out on the ankle.
Is there one player in for, it looks like one player in left for Canada.
Yeah, that is Shauna Rowe. She's been on the team several years now. So she won't be nervous in this situation, but it will be difficult. And we see her block. Coming to the line. Missing Lynn twice. Only one ball in hand for Rowe. And Malaysia attacking before she can get that second ball in hand, but not finding the shot that they wanted. Rowe commanding the middle. Oh, look at that.
A catch.
Yeah. No doubt about that catch. So yeah, Malaysia now with a couple points in a row.
I think they're starting to get their groove, starting to kind of figure out what the best strategy is for them to play. It's good. So how active is female dodgeball in Canada?
Well, I can certainly say in Ontario. I've played in Ottawa and Toronto and Hamilton, which are probably the three biggest hubs, and there are an awful lot of female players. We have women's only tournaments in Toronto, and as you can see, it's produced
some great players.
Yeah.
It's very exciting to hear that female dodgeball players are growing and more joining the sport in different countries. It's such a great opportunity.
I feel like when I started playing dodgeball competitively in Canada, very often women were relegated more to support roles on a lot of teams, but we've seen more and more women who've been able to show their stuff and play all sorts of roles on teams. So
in tournaments like this, it's really exciting to think about what it could look like in 5-10 years.
yeah, I think the sport has been growing and changing so much in the last 5 years that, yeah, as you say, the next 5 years, who knows?
Yeah. My 2.5-year-old niece is watching at home, so Violet, keep throwing balls. Don't listen to your mother.
That's
Just
right.
keep throwing.
Yeah, maybe you will be here someday. We've seen Malaysia showing some more aggression with the counterattacks on this point. And once again, they've got themselves a player advantage. And now coming to the line with some authority, Barry missing. Mora looking to drive the Malaysian side back. Now we see those throws missing the mark, but that one finds Megan on the far corner.
Looks like Malaysia's holding the line now.
Yeah, and they find
They're
Moore.
pushing it up.
See a nice staggered throw. First throw getting Moore to jump. Oh, it's a good throw from Barry. And a
another
second
hit.
knocking out Sophia and April. And now it's 2-on-2. Barry trying to look aggressive. But I think that's a 1-for-1. And we're down to 1-on-1.
1v1. So fun.
Mora coming very close to the line, but staying in. She's going to be looking to take Lynn down here. Good block. Now Lynn throws, Mora blocks. See both players electing to go low on those dodges. Mora missing a little high. Throwing that second ball, risky.
And a catch.
I think
She's very excited about that one. Saw the ball go into the ground there. Feels pretty good to get a catch right there, right in the bread basket.
Yeah. Yeah, she just dropped down to her knees, dared that throw to come into a place that she wouldn't be able to catch it, and then she showed she was going to be able to catch it after all. I think there was a way I wanted to put that was a little nicer than what I just said. But daring her opponent to actually make a throw. Yeah, Lisa Mora showing great poise there in catching that ball. I'm sure Lynn wants that throw back. If she could have maybe put it up on a shoulder or on a knee or something like that. Ooh, that is a good shot onto Kelly. Croft just staying alive underneath those balls.
Looks like there's about 3 minutes of play left to go.
Just under 2, actually. So we're nearing
You
the
are
end.
correct.
It's hard to tell,
It's
honestly.
a little hard to tell from the angle we're at, but this might be the last match here.
Yeah, depending on how many throws connect or how many catches get made here. But good block. Malaysia now in charge of the center. And a throw toward Moore finds her. O'Quinn
Nice
gets it out
catch
as
by
well.
Team Canada.
Yeah, Moore gets caught right back in, although O'Quinn has still been knocked out. Still 4 strong for Malaysia. Ooh, that was an aggressive move there from Hui Xian. We have a minute 12 remaining here. And they miss Hui Xian. Malaysia's going to get a chance to go on offense again. Croft threatening.
I think both teams are wanting to close out with that one last point.
Great hit by Barry. Oh,
Yeah.
near catch. Yeah, but Hui Xian couldn't find it. However, Croft does go out on the counter. Malaysia down to 2. Barry takes a throw that's jumped over pretty easily. Sophia showing aggression up at the line. And now, see those throws toward Barry. Just go over. And it's Moore who lets that one go, but misses.
10 seconds left on the clock until no blocking.
Oh, and Barry
And that connects.
sniping Sophia there. So now we get to know blocking, and Megan will be by herself. She gets to keep 3 balls on her side. This will be tough. We've seen those Canadian arms have been connecting pretty well. So Megan is going to have her work cut out for her in dodging.
See if she'll go for a catch. I think that can't block. Kind of got one or two choices there.
When you're outnumbered like this. Oh, I think she hit the back of the line. Yep.
Yep.
That's not the way you want to end that point, obviously, but still good effort. Canada ends up taking this one 11-3. They came out on fire early and were able to keep it up.
But both teams still got another game left tonight, so they have another opportunity to show themselves. It looks like Canada will be playing Australia later on, and it looks like Australia will also be playing Malaysia later on, so common foe still left tonight.
Yeah, coming up next on this court, we will have Australia and Italy on the men's side.
That should be a nice, fun game to watch.
I hope so. Both teams passionate players and passionate fan bases.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I've met several. Australia brought a big fan base from all the way down under. There is quite a few Australians here to support and cheer on their teams, which is really great to see that kind of support coming from such a far place.
Yeah, last year in Toronto, even though Australia's fans were outnumbered by Canada, they were just as loud, maybe even louder.
I believe it. I definitely believe it. They're not known for their subtlety.
That's true.
They're a rowdy group, but definitely fun to be around, fun to watch. All part of the Dodgeball family.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get to see an exciting match between those two teams.
Haven't seen much from Team Italy in the past. Have you seen much of their play before?
Just last year. It was their first year in the WDBF for both the men's and the women's side. And a little bit of a rough start for both teams, but as they kind of got more familiar with the style and got more used to their competition, they definitely picked it up toward the end. And a little bit I saw from I've only seen the Italian women playing so far today, but I feel like their team play has improved substantially. They've got a better idea of tactically what they're doing. We have some visitors periodically here. Yeah, but I feel like this is the way you have to get that exposure. If you haven't played this style before, the first few outings might be a little rough, but this is the best way to get that experience and start building up your game chops for the next year if need be. So
it's a good entryway for the WDBF into the European market as well, starting to get a few of the European countries coming into our tournaments. We'll start going to their tournaments. It's just all about integrating the sport all over the world.
Yeah, it's always good to see dodgeball players of different styles coming together. I know, like, for example, I've never played elite dodgeball with those big rubber balls. I don't really want to show how weak my grip strength is for just trying to actually hold on to the big rubber balls while I throw them.
So it looks like they're going to be doing some interviews with some of the players from the game we just watched, so we'll let that take over from here.
Sounds good.
Hey, that was great. That was great. What was the highlight for you in this game?
I think just seeing everybody's successes. Everybody got a touch. Everybody made the shots that we were calling for, and so it's nice that even off the bat we're getting a nice cohesive team, and I think we're looking good out there.
You guys were.
Yeah,
What was a turning point for you? I mean, there were some ridiculous catches there. What was your favorite one?
Honestly, I think everybody had really great success, and it's nice to see people who aren't necessarily known for their catching get those touches, and everybody was just playing really confidently.
Your team seemed confident. I mean, this is how long have you guys been playing together now?
We've been playing together at least since April. We had a squad of 16 ladies train with us over the summer, and so everybody's been working together, and everybody's been phenomenal so far. Yeah,
it's amazing. So what was your strategy going into this game?
I think just to set the game on our terms and play on our terms. We definitely wanted to, again, make sure everybody got a touch, make sure that we were playing together, playing controlled, and we know we have a lot of firepower, but you have to work together too.
Yes. So what is your strategy going into your next game?
Same thing. I mean, it's always just play our game
Right.
game plan, and play confidently.
Awesome. You did amazing. It's so good to see you.
You too.
Do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to all the fans at home, everybody in Canada. We're playing hard for you, and we're coming home.
Yes. All right. Thank you. You did so great.
Surprise! It's me again. I'm literally just sitting here to kill space until Christina comes back. How's it been for you, Mr.?
This has been amazing. These matches are so much fun. Like, every team is playing differently. Like Argentina versus, I believe, Hong Kong. Argentina played a style I have not seen at this level, and it was so much fun to watch.
Argentina style.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
They were just throwing from anywhere. Like, the second they saw they had a shot, they'd take it. It was wonderful. And then Canada-Malaysia was an intense match.
Canada-Malaysia is always an intense match.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the one I needed to be there on the court for. I just, yeah. And then the Canada-Malaysia women's game. Were you able to watch that at all? Or
No, I didn't get to watch that one. I was watching the USA women's.
How'd that go?
That was awesome. They dominated that game. So they
Who'd
looked
they play?
real good. I think they played Italy.
Italy, USA. Italy came out real strong today. They went up against the Italy men, went up against the USA men, and while the score. Oh, by the way, we will be posting. You can follow the scores live. We have a link up that I can't remember, of course, right now, but I will bring that link to you guys for the live scores. It's a Google sheet. You can follow as we go in the standings. I'll get that for you guys in a second. But in the meantime, back to USA and Italy. The score might show, I think, USA came out way ahead, but a lot of the games I watched came down like to 1-1, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah. Same thing with Hong Kong, Argentina. Like, the score was like 12-1, I believe.
Oh,
but
wow.
there was like 5 or 6 one-on-ones it got down to. Like, don't let those scores tell you otherwise. Like, we need stats so people can see this stuff. Like, these matches are closer than they appear.
We do have at dodgeballworldchampionships.com, we do have some statistics that were drawn up for the history of the event, which is great. And as we grow, again, I've been talking about growth a lot today. I'm going through some growth myself and personal growth running this event. But we have, as we grow, it's just more and more of this stuff. So I'm really excited for that, which is also a passion of yours.
Absolutely.
As well as Mr. Lucas Boyle from Team USA. He's on the coaching staff. If he wasn't coaching, he'd be up here with you. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. These guys are a great pair. Meanwhile, speaking of a great pair, I'm going to bring in Miss Christina Simos, who you just heard from. And you guys, what's up next? We've got, it's Australia versus Italy, correct?
Yes, we have Australia versus Italy.
All right. Australia
division.
has been here in the WDBF. They were in the first one I went to in 2013. We went to New Zealand, and they have just grown exponentially from then. Since then, Italy debuted last year in the WDBF, and now this year, again, they came back with like a vengeance. Like, Italy was just like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, the Australia teams, the women's team looks phenomenal. I watched them against the U.S., and they looked amazing.
Nice.
Like, that Australian team is sick. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of them.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to let the viewers at home watch everyone warm up. I'm going to go give a 5-minute warning and bring in Miss Christina Simos.
Also, find your local leagues, contact USA Dodgeball.